Shalom. Yeah, they was giving me hell to go live, man, so we're going to do it like this. Let's get right into this thing. Let's check the feed real fast. Make sure the audio's on point. Shalom, shalom. All right, shalom. All right, shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. And double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring in the house of David, the elect, that's pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers, and shalom to the elect. All right, I'm back with another live lesson through the Holy Spirit, the Rakakwadash. And Lord willing, this lesson is informative and also edifying. All right, we're gonna go live like this today. All right, these damn platforms, it's just, you know, they're not allowing me to share my screen and play the audio. So we're gonna go, you know, we're gonna attack it like this. But pretty much, you know, it's getting hot and heavy. We've been talking about it. Just kind of land backing off of Elder Apostle Tahar's video here, which you did a while ago. All hell may break loose on November 5th, a history of wars of the USA, man. So as we see it, all right, you got to be prepared for anything, because there's going to be a lot of agent provocateurs out here. All right, you're going to have actual Edomite militia groups, all right, which we're going to play in this video in a second. All right, but you got the Edomite militia groups, you got retired cops, all right, military officials. There's going to be all types of shit going on, man. So everything is set up for this society to go down in a violent and chaotic manner. All right, this shit is about to get ugly through the spirit, you know. But real quick, let's get this in Jeremiah. All right, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51. And Lord willing, the audio is on point. You can hear me pretty clearly. All right, but this is Jeremiah chapter 51 in verse 45, and it reads, it says, "My people, go you out of the midst of her, and deliver ye every man his soul from the fierce anger of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai." All right, so this is a commandment that we detach spiritually from this place, you know, to remove our mindset away from America. All right, because we clearly see that Babylon America is headed for a complete disaster. All right. The point, verse 46, Jeremiah 51, verse 46, it says, "Unless your heart faint and you fear for the rumor that should be heard in the land, a rumor should come both, a rumor should both come 1 year, and after that, another year should come a rumor." And what have we been hearing? All right, rumors of war. All right, chaos breaking out, martial law. All right, a societal collapse, EMPs, blackouts. All right, these are all the different things we've been hearing about throughout the years that are eventually going to come. Jeremiah 51 and 46, "Unless your heart faint and you fear for the rumor that should be heard in the land, a rumor should both come in 1 year, and after that another year should come a rumor, and violence in the land, ruler against ruler." All right, that's what's getting ready to go down here. So let's get into that. All right, just want to add a little bit into that. So this came out 9 days ago. It's from the Times and Sunday, I guess, Times. But it says, "Are MAGA militias preparing for violence?" All right, so let's watch this a little bit.
With the US presidential election looming, militias that have lain dormant since the January 6th attack on the Capitol are showing signs of becoming more active once again. The militia movement grew in 2020 following a string of unprecedented events.
Stay at home, that is the order tonight as the coronavirus pandemic spreads.
The country braces itself for another wave of protests over the death of George Floyd.
Donald Trump has not conceded this election.
It culminated in January 6th, but this would stall the militia movement after key leaders were jailed.
Oath Keepers founder Stuart Rhodes given 18 years in prison.
Now, there are signs that militias are regrouping online, fueled by swathes of disinformation. And it is feared that the result of the 2024 election could re-energize the movement once again.
Yeah, so pretty much these so-called right-winger Edomites, they're rising up as we knew eventually was going to happen. And I got a scripture, all right, because I want to add some more, and we'll go back to the video as well. All right, but this is the time and season that we're in, Jake. All right, you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, and Hispanics better wake the hell up. All right, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, and jumping down at verse 5 here. Ecclesiastes 3 and 5, it says, a time to cast away stones, and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace, and a time to refrain from embracing. All right, this is a time where a polarization, division. All right, there's no more embracing. You know, this whole idea of coming together is not going to happen because the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is what? The spirit of division. All right, as he told us in Luke chapter 12. Matter of fact, we'll get that real fast too. Come back. Just thinking out loud. All right, Luke chapter 12. Let's go down to the point. So this is Luke chapter 12, all right? Yahushua divides men. This is the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, all right? Luke 12 and 51. We'll start at 49. Salaki, Luke 12 and 49. It says, I come to send fire on earth. What will I if it already be kindled? You see what's going on across the planet Earth, man. Wars, turmoils, destruction, calamity, all right? Sedition, uprisings. All right, so that fire has already been kindled here on the earth, man. All right, until that actual physical fire comes down via nuclear war, destruction, right? Verse 51, it says, but I have a baptism to be baptized with, and how am I straightened until it be accomplished, right? Because Yahushua had to endure his trial, you know? He had to go through his straight gate, if you will. And the same thing with us, all right? A time of trouble like no other is coming, man. You see, the point it says, suppose ye that I come to give peace on earth, I tell you nay, but rather division. See, this is the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You see, it says for from henceforth there should be 5 in one house divided, 3 against 2 and 2 against 3. All right, and people are divided over these over their political beliefs, this voting. You know, households are once again being divided up because of that. Right, you might have somebody in your household that's for Kamala. You might have somebody that's for Trump. That's going to cause tension in the household, man. Families, friends. All right, but overall, it's the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. It says, verse 53, the father shall be divided against the son against the father, the mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. Right, so complete division. Right, going back in Ecclesiastes 3 and 5 again, it says a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, right? Verse 6, it says, Ecclesiastes 3 and 6, a time to get and a time to lose and a time to keep and a time to cast away, a time to rend, a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak. And these prophecies are speaking, all right? Verse 8, my point, a time to love and a time to hate, right? A time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. We are in a time of hate and war. And here's an example, all right? Because we've been warning you Israelites out there that eventually these devils are going to show their horns. Let me give you an example before we go back to that video, all right? Check this out.
Look at those beautiful swastikas. There we go. White power. Al Trump. Yeah. Make America white again. Woo, woo, woo. We're out here in Jupiter, loving it, loving the good weather, blue skies. Woo! Make America white. Let me see that sign, brother. Let me see that sign. There we go, man. My Pillow, 1488.
You hear that? Hey, make America white again. Get rid of them niggers. You know, he put up the he put up the MAGA hat. You know, he tried to slide that in there. Where was it at? You know, he threw the MAGA hat in there, man. Let me see if I can go find it again. Hold on.
Beautiful swastikas. There we go. White power. Al Trump.
White power.
Yeah. Make America white again. Woo, woo, woo.
There you go. You see it? All right. Threw his stat up in there, man. Threw up the set. But that's the time we in, man. Right? Hey, the horns are showing now, man. Esau got his chest out. Right? So, hey, Jake, you Israelites have no clue, man. All right, what's getting ready to come down the pipe, man. Esau is ready to roll. Matter of fact, let me get that, and then we'll go back to the video. Salakia. Right? You heard what he said. Make America white again, man. Get rid of them niggas. All right? This Isaiah 10:5. And it reads, O Assyrian, the rod of my anger, the staff in their hand is my indignation. All right? And the modern day Assyrian is the Edomite, man. And it said, the rod of my anger, the staff in their hand is my indignation, man. So Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is going to allow the modern day Assyrian, the Edomite, all right, to get down. All right, to bring that wrath. Verse 6, it says, and I will send him against a hypocritical nation. All right, speaking about you Israelites, you tribes. And I will send him against a hypocritical nation, against the people of my wrath. Will I give him a charge to take the spoil? You see that? So Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is going to use these Edomites to get busy on you 2/3 niggas out there, man. All right, that reject the word, that continue to trust in this system, that think that you equal. Right? That's you know, voting for Kamala, voting for Trump, man. The Lord about to bring straight judgment on you, Jakes, man. Because we're at the point now where it's inexcusable, man. This word has been out here for years, man. All right, you've seen the men of the Lord, you've seen the prophets, you heard the truth, but you rather serve this system, right? But you're gonna find out that this system was of no benefit for you. It says, against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge to take the spoil. You, Jake's gonna be the spoil, and to take the prey and to tread them down like the mire in the streets, man. Hey, these Edomites are ready. They got the guns ready, loaded. All right, Elder Apostle Hart did the video, I want to say yesterday, you know, while Jake playing around. All right, Esau is mounting up them guns, man. All right. You know, they ready to take good old America back. All right. So like I said earlier, you know, be prepared for a lot of agent provocateur activities, but at the same time, you're going to have actual militias, Edomites out there that's ready to get this shit popping. Right? So anyway, let's go back to the video. You know, just wanted to play that real quick. All right, let's go back to it.
Militia groups have a reputation for controversy and turning to violence. Members are often seen unlawfully policing demonstrations while heavily armed.
We are the law of the land.
Unlawful militia is a group of individuals who, without any federal or state authority, form an organization that engages in paramilitary activity, paramilitary training.
As they practice and train, they really prioritize firearms and Second Amendment rights.
Take the Boogaloo Boys, highly suspicious of the authorities and the media.
And there's this really cool website, sendthevote.com, that makes it easy to register to vote. It's nonpartisan, which means they don't care who you're voting for. They just want to make sure you can vote. Head over to...
They say they're not...
Salakia. Let's play that back.
As they practice and train, they really prioritize firearms and Second Amendment rights.
Take the Boogaloo Boys, highly suspicious of the authorities and the media. They say they're not supremacists, just fighting government tyranny.
These groups all have some level of conspiracy theorizing, so they tend to believe things like there is an invasion of migrants coming over that is akin to like a war.
U.S. Border Patrol, what are you guys doing?
In 2019, a militia group called the United Constitutional Patriots began unlawfully arresting migrants on the New Mexico border.
The only problem is if we shoot on the Hill, it'll be an international crisis. We're too close to the border. It'd save some time, though, wouldn't it?
Most unlawful militias have had an anti-government ideology, but at various times it takes on whatever the cultural issue is of the day, and particularly any cultural issue that Donald Trump is embracing.
From this day forward, it's going to be only America first.
As early as his inauguration, Trump's promise to put America first resonated with the militia movement.
It's really impossible to overstate the role that Donald Trump has played, not just in the militia movement, but in some other far-right groups more generally.
He had a number of sort of whistles toward these groups.
The action I'm taking today will eliminate federal overreach. They'll take away your Second Amendment, which we will never allow to happen. Migrants are marching toward our southern border. Some people call it an invasion.
Many militias and other members of the anti-government movement really supported Trump because they felt that they were aligned in their ideologies.
And it showed.
And see, and we've been speaking about this. This is what we're talking about. This is that snare that these elites have set up for these people, because as I stated in my previous lesson, speaking about the false hope that they put into Trump, you know, both parties, whether it's the left or right, Democrat, Republican, they all play for the same team, all right? And that's what's going to get these people in that trap in the end. All right, let me add on to that. Revelation 13. And we'll go there, Revelation 13 and 11. All right, so this is the book of Revelation chapter 13. Just want to get that point. In verse 11, and it reads, it says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. He had two horns like a lamb, all right? And those two horns going into the Republicans and the Democrats. You know, Esau is basically controlling both sides, all right? All this is all theater, man. All right? But that lamb, right, represents a pretty much like a solution, all right? And they're going to use Trump, as you see, they pushed Trump to so-called be against, you know, the elites, the establishment, the deep state, all right? But he works for them, all right? Because eventually this whole situation concerning the elections, the uprisings, the martial law, it's all set up to lock America down, all right? Insurrections and all of that. So it says he had two horns like a lamb and his spake as a dragon, because what's coming? All right, martial law, lockdowns. You see? The complete lockdown of Babylon, man. That's what's about to happen, all right? Things are about to get draconian out here, man. The loss of freedom of speech, the loss of rights, sovereignty, so on and so forth, the right to bear guns, all right? They're going to use this whole thing to lock this shit down. This is what it's about, man, all right? But people are just caught up in the web, right? Let me get this too, all right? Because I wanted to add on to that too, all right? And we'll wrap this lesson up. It's not going to be too long. Just wanted to throw a few points out there. This is what I saw, what I found interesting here. But let me go to Isaiah. I'm sorry, let's go to Psalm. Was it Psalm, the 10th chapter? Yeah, we got it pulled up here. All right, so let's go to Psalm chapter 10. And let's start at, let's see where we want to start. We'll start at the top here. So this is Psalm chapter 10 and verse 1, and it reads, it says, why standest thou afar off, O Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai? Why hidest thyself in times of trouble? It says, the wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor, all right? The poor representing you Israelites, you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, and Hispanics. So it says, the wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined, all right? Verse 3, it says, for the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shah abhorreth, right? And you see these Edomites boasting about taking America back, on how, you know, this whole thing of making America great again, all right? Getting rid of you niggas, you so-called migrants, building a wall, you know? Right now, a lot of pride is coming out from these Edomites. Like I said, Esau got his chest out right now, All right. Verse 5, it says, verse 4, the wicked through his pride, Salakia, the wicked through the pride of his countenance would not seek after the Most High. Yahweh Shemel Shai is not in all his thoughts, because these Edomites don't fear the Lord. Right? The point, verse 5, Psalm 10 and 5, his ways are always grievous, right? Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them, right? Because these Edomites know pretty much that they're ruling over you, that you're underneath them, right? And they're ready to keep it that way, man. This is what it's really about, man. Don't get caught up in the whole, these militias are not anti-government or whatever the case is. No, these Edomites are on code, man. Right? Going back to what we saw here, these Edomites on code, man. All right, they're ready to take this place back by force. That was the whole campaign about making America great again. As you heard him, he said, make America white again, man. Get rid of the niggas. Right? And this is down in Florida, and you see what's going down there. All right? Dealing with Jake and all of that. But the point is, as we read in Psalm the 10th chapter, it said that as for all his enemies, he puffeth at them, man. And this is a way of them doing that. You know? It says, verse 6, it says, he saith in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. And that's really the mindset of Esau, that he's never going to fall from power. They're never going to go down. All right? They'll never be in adversity. That's the delusion that he's under right now. This is why they're ready to amp up and, bring forth insurrection and sedition. You see?
The number of new militia groups grew in the first year of Trump's presidency. One of the clearest examples of Trump activating these groups was during a presidential debate with Joe Biden.
Are you willing tonight to condemn white supremacists and militia groups?
So would you like me to condemn
white supremacists and Proud
Boys? Stand back and stand by.
Again, stand by means until I might call you, until I might need you. And of course, the Proud Boys immediately monetize that.
So that's the spirit. That's, like I said, that's that cold talk, man. All right, these devils are ready, man. Okay, militia groups, ex-cops, you name it, man. Deputized Edomites. All right, that's the spirit, man. The horns are beginning to show. You getting to see the devil for who he is, Jake. Right?
T-shirts, paraphernalia, etc.
That also sought to empower militias not only to feel that Trump was potentially on their side, but also that if you did something like storm the Capitol, that wasn't something that he was going out to for.
But has the link between right-wing militia groups and Donald Trump been exaggerated?
The right-wing militia subject is basically an inflated talking point here in the United States, and ultimately, Donald Trump has no control over what they do. And and the anarchists that are working with them are dramatically more destructive and violent than any quote-unquote right-wing militias. You look at what happened in Portland, you look at what happened in Washington, D.C., you look what happened in Minneapolis. And that threat is dramatically, more worrisome, in my opinion.
Whether or not Trump provided the fuel, events in 2020 would provide the match to ignite the militia movement to new levels.
Americans are marching through the streets in their thousands, demanding the lockdown be lifted, and the president is in their corner.
New York's iconic streets were littered with the debris of rage over the death of George Floyd.
The president has repeatedly made claims of widespread voter fraud without any evidence. The campaign is also asking reporters to take to the streets in protest.
During the coronavirus pandemic in 2020, a Michigan militia group wanted to kidnap Governor Gretchen Whitmer and put her on trial.
Those 13 suspects taken into custody, 7 of them alleged members of that right-wing militia group, over restrictions aimed to stop the spread of COVID.
Militia groups tend to believe there either is tyranny in the government or there's going to be tyranny in the government, and that's what they need to fight against. Being, asked to ask, for instance, that was tyranny.
The death of George Floyd and the subsequent Black Lives Matter protests were seen as a provocation by militia groups.
A lot of people started to believe that those protests weren't really Black Lives Matter, and instead were somehow being orchestrated by Antifa or maybe even Russia. In their view, it became a sign of anarchy that could creep into their own neighborhoods and something they therefore needed to stop.
After Joe Biden won the 2020 presidential election, Donald Trump refused to concede.
If you count the legal votes, I easily win.
Then eventually, when they felt that there was this tyranny related to the election, not only did they come out to smaller protests, there ended up with one very large one.
More than 450 individuals were prosecuted for their involvement in the January 6th attack, including many linked to far-right militia chapters.
Militia groups were very much at the forefront of that attack. They were certainly not the whole crowd, but they were at the front lines.
4 additional members.
Right, so pretty much before I wrap this up, all right, because you get it, we ain't got to watch the whole thing, right? But that energy, that spirit is in the air, man, all right? Prophecy is speaking, all right? Let's get that in 2nd Ezra 15, all right? Great violence in the land. Ruler against ruler, Egyptian versus Egyptian. All right, people bugging the hell out. Okay, this is 2nd Ezra 15. It says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and cause them to be written in paper. They are faithful and true." Now you should be able to see that. "Fear not the imaginations against thee, and let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee." So we don't really care if you don't believe or not, man. All right. At the end of the day, the word of the Lord is still going to go out. Prophecy is still going to come to pass. All right. So we're not losing sleep because you don't believe. The point, verse 4, "For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness." Bottom line. All right. You don't believe, you're going to perish. All right. Jumping down, same chapter. 2nd Ezra 15:14, "Woe to the world and to them and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands." The modern day sword is the gun. All right, uprisings. Okay, these Edomites are ready. It's good. That great clash going down, right? "For there should be sedition among men, and invading one another, they should not regard their kings nor princes. And the course of their actions shall stand in their power." Right? So we're actually witnessing, this prophecy, coming to fruition here. All right? Our MAGA militias preparing for violence, man. All right? You better believe they are. These Edomites, these ex-cops, military, agent provocateurs, agents, all types of shit. All right? Things are going to get hot and heavy between now and the so-called new year going into 2025. You better believe that. All right. Verse 17, "A man shall desire to go into a city and should not be able to." Why? All right. Because of martial law, lockdowns. Okay. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. It's going to be a time like no other. All right. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread." Right? Because remember, due to all these different things that are getting ready to go down, right, is gonna involve society crashing out. Right? This came out today or 2 days ago. It says, this is from Market Watch. It says Elon Musk predicts hardship, economic turmoil, and stock market crash if Trump wins, right? So there's no telling what the hell is going to happen. We just going to continue to watch and pray, right? Revelation 12:12, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great, because he knoweth that he have but a short time," man. All right? So Esau knows that his time is short, and they're gonna do what they got to do.
of the far-right Oath Keepers militia group have been found guilty. Leader Stuart Rhodes and another member were also convicted of seditious conspiracy.
The fallout from January 6th definitely had an impact on the militia movement and in the decrease of groups.
The lull after January 6th was in response to the arrests and prosecutions and investigations. I don't know that the numbers have decreased so much as they have decentralized local militias that maybe call themselves things like community preparedness groups or things that have a different type of name.
Well, my position basically is we better get our act together before the giants show up. And they're like knocking at the door right now.
With the 2024 election looming, militia are using online platforms to regroup.
So in recent months, we've seen some militia groups kind of migrating back to Facebook. Facebook seems to have slackened off on some of their monitoring of these particular groups.
They've had to sort of scatter and try to figure out how they can have an online presence to recruit. There is one major exception to this, which is Rumble.
Rumble is a self-proclaimed free speech video platform used largely by the far right and conspiracy theorists. Investors include tech Peter Thiel.
So we see that they're getting ready to come after everything, man. Free speech, all that. Your rights, everything, man. So this is a time like no other, man, pursuing the Daniels 12:1, man. It's getting ready to go down. All right. But, just wanted to put this out here. I'm going to wrap this up. Get ready for camp. But, it's undeniable at this point, man. You're getting ready to see the horns come out these devils, man. All right. So what a time to be alive, man, to witness these prophecies, man. The end, the beginning of the end of Babylon the Great, all right? America, So that's pretty much the point. I prayed I wasn't all over the place. Just wanted to put that out there. The spirit is heavy in the air, all right? These devils getting ready to crash out, man, But we'll leave it like that. I pray that this quick lesson was informative and also edifying. I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash, and Shalom to the next one. Shalom. All right? We'll finish this out. I'll let it play out. It's 2 minutes. We'll close it after that.
And presidential running to Trump, J.D. Vance.
Essentially like a YouTube for extremists.
And that allows a lot of proliferation of false information that gets used to create the narrative of violent activity. And there are constraints on the government because of the First Amendment. False information, disinformation is generally protected unless it is an incitement to imminent unlawful activity.
The outcome of the 2024 election will once again provoke militia groups. The question is, how much?
I think if Trump wins and does treat militias as a kind of private military, that's really bad news for U.S. democracy. Effectively, in some places, will end civic participation of some groups.
He's already said that he will pardon the insurrectionists of January 6th. That's going to be very much a white flag for militia groups.
Will those Antifa and anarchist groups reemerge if Donald Trump gets reelected? Unfortunately, I think that's a possibility.
If there is a Harris win, I do think there will be protests, and there will likely be some protests that are armed and involve paramilitary groups. But I also do not foresee another January 6th on that scale.
Regardless of who enters the White House, militia appears set to use the next presidency to continue their cause.
It's going down. Shalom.